If you can hear me, I'd like you to write, I can hear you and I can see you. If you can hear me, I'd like you to write, I can hear you and I can see you. You see, when we're talking about village people, I think that is the village people of some people whose spiritual energies are not happy with them. They came and distorted our connection and they switched off everything. You see why I talk about why you must be very careful what you do. As we started talking about the negative aspect of some of the things, these village people came and switched off everything. You see? And so we're talking about some of those wherein their progenitors may have entered into certain aspects, certain contracts. And I told us about the good ones in seeking solution. The village people came and switched off everything. Total darkness, everything, very strange. They don't want us to talk about that aspect of spirituality. The enemy is not happy when people are about to be educated. I feel that the enemy does not fight prayers, he fights knowledge. Because when you know how to shoot and where to shoot, you become a victor. So many people don't really know where to shoot. They know how to shoot, they know how to pray, but they don't know what to pray about. So many people don't know what to pray about. The enemy is aimed at ensuring that we live in darkness. They even brought darkness. As we're talking, they brought darkness. Darkness, pure darkness. They say, hey, it's okay. Don't talk about that thing again. Foolish man, don't talk about that. You say. And so the enemy fights knowledge. And so I told us about some of these things that these entities, when they entered into a covenant with them, and for some reason, a generation comes that is not able to renew that which has been done or which was entered into by their progenitors. This generation, these entities, they take it upon themselves to go ahead and begin to fight the blessings of that family. The next time wherein you want to summon them to a court, they are asking the person summoning them, the person doing the prayer, the person coming for the deliverance, on whose authority, what gives you the legality. Some seasons ago, I went to my community and I was doing a prayer with my family, some of the extended family, and they had told me about one place like that, and they said that we are the priest of this place. We are supposed to, and that our grandfather, something like that. I was doing a prayer and we got to a point. They made me the chief prayer fellow and they began with praying. But we got to the point of that prayer and I want you to pay attention because so many people commit this error. We got to the point and I told the elders in the family, my uncle, the elders, and I said, sir, please step forward and take up this prayer. And they said, no, you have to do the prayer. We are the one, you have to do the prayer. I said, no, step forward. And I went very back because I'm a grandchild. And I told my other aunties, and I said, put your hands on him. Let him face. He is the eldest in that clan, in that family, and this family now. He is the representative of the powers that entered that covenant. Let him stand. I've seen a generation that have zeal, but no spiritual IQ. A generation that want to battle spirits without authority. If you're on this platform, that is one thing you must never do. Before you engage in battle, there's something called mapping. You must test all spirits. You must investigate all spirits. There is no witch that will just be passing by and stop by your house to attack you. It's not possible. They don't do like that. If you see such witch, the witch just entered witchcraft. They don't do like that. They would have been carrying out a ground understanding of the personality wherein they are going to afflict for seasons before they engage attacks. I've seen a generation that move into action without authority. Without authority. There are authorities in the spirit realm. These entities, when you bring people to your family to come and pursue them, they are asking that individual, what is giving you the legality to speak to us? Some of our parents entered into these contracts with the desire to see that their families were liberated, unknowingly to them that aspect that wherein they were engaging in were not the perfect, but that was the knowledge at their disposal. That was the knowledge at their disposal. And this is why I recommend us to always do something in remembrance for our ancestral energy. Let me tell you the technology of that tonight. And I'm going to go into the next phase so that I can stop here. The technology of doing something for your ancestral energy, for your ancestral bloodline, is such that if there be anybody in your family that was able to tap into the positive energy of one way or the other, those things you are doing will empower those energies more. Because see, spirits operate in 3 dimensions. Please understand, and I like you to write this down. Number 1 is authority. Please write it down. Authority. Number 1 is authority. Number 1 is authority. Every spirit you see is functioning under authority. The centurion man told Jesus, he said, I am a man under authority. Jesus said, this one you have spoken well. Authority. Spirit operates under the second one is called influence. Influence. And there are many things that give spirits influence. And one of the things that gives spirits influence is worship, is spiritual sacrifices, ordinances, people talking about those spirits. This is why once in a while you see certain, maybe in the media or maybe in the entertainment world or whatever, you see certain things they introduce into the media space, and it's trending and it's moving. There are people who are sponsoring some of those things. The LCM of that sponsoring is to invoke influence onto the entity wherein that thing has been released onto. I'm not coming here to tell you about that one. But please understand, spirit operates under influence. If you have 13,000 people serving a wrong demon and 50 people serving the good one, and you are not able to really engage in worship more and authority, the authority from that evil will oversee, over time, will begin to suppress the force of good. This is how this thing works. And so number 1 is authority. Number 2 is influence. Say somebody is calling. Say somebody. And number 3 is what is called legality. Every spirit you see must have a legal ground upon which it's standing on to afflict or to perform anything. No spirit just wakes up and begin to tap into people's blessings or tap into people's... None. It's not possible. There is a ground. That ground, that legality will now give them authority. That authority will now later give them influence. When you do these things for your ancestral bloodline, what you are doing is that you are standing as someone in the family to empower the authority within the family for the good ones to stand up and speak against, especially when you now know that there is something wrong in your family. People feel that when they say do something in remembrance of your ancestral energy, they are saying that they do something to feed your great-grandfather that died. They're going to come and eat that food. The angels that are around, and most times those angels may not even come in form of maybe spirit. Sometimes it could be as little as maybe birds. It could be animals, creeping things. It could even be one day with one of this food stuff that we did. Right, we went to go and share, and I told one of my persons in the vehicle, I said, look at that woman that is going. That woman is not ordinary. She had walked a distance. As I just told that guy, I said, this person is not ordinary. Immediately, at that point that she turned and looked at us. And I said, let's drive off. Let's go. Why do you think that you are looking for a child? They say, go and cook food and go and give to children. Is it that those children are going to enter your stomach? Perhaps the angel that will give you that child will come to that place and collect that food. The Bible says we should entertain strangers because through them Abraham entertained angels and obtained the promise. These are ordinances that many people have been. There are 4 food at which you can eat to strengthen your spiritual authority and to seal up leakages in your life. There are 4. Number 1, the use of coconut water. Number 1, coconut water. Please write this down. We're going to We're going to go back to our question so that we can close. The use of coconut water. Once in a while, take coconut water, just coconut, pray on it, trust it, and pour it on your head, maybe before you sleep. There are people that you wake up in the night or you wake up in the morning, it's like somebody is pounding your head, severe migraine. If you know that the star that you have is fire energy and water energy, you see coconut water, you see shea butter, it must not be far from you. It must not be far from you. Number one, coconut water. Number two is garlic. Number two is garlic. This one, you can blend it once in a while. Blend it. Just blend it with something. You can mix it with anything and just drink it. I told us in the previous stuff before the connection went off, and I said that so much of what we are suffering in life is a product of parasites. All the sicknesses we have in our bodies are parasitic. They are parasites. When your body could have as much as 200,000 parasites. The sugar that we eat produces parasites. Likewise in the spirit realm. The reason why you sleep and you dream and you wake up, you forget all your dream. Parasites. The reason why people like you today, by tomorrow morning, they change their mind concerning you. Parasites. The reason why people see you, some people like you online, the moment they see you physically, they say, is this you? You say, is this you? You say, I'll get back to you. That's the end. Parasites. The thing you call pollution are parasites. The reason why it appears that you are doing business and it looks like every advert you're doing, all the ads you're doing, is not converting to anything. People are not seeing your brand. Parasites. Parasites. Your life has become parasitic. You have been invaded by parasites. If you go to Joel chapter 2, the Bible calls them the locusts and the cankerworms. The locusts. The Bible said that the years that the locusts and the cankerworms have eaten, parasites. There are parasites that feed on destinies. Leave these things that they say to you, your village people. Who are your village people? Parasites. There are parasites. Today I'm telling you, garlic. You see this garlic? Garlic is one thing. Once in a while, just boil it with something, pray and drink it. It drives away parasitic evil, parasitic devices. You apply for a job, you are very qualified for this, but they keep telling you, don't worry. Parasites. I'll restore unto you the years and the seasons that the cankerworms have eaten, the tamer worms, parasites. The psalmist say, how have they feast on my soul? How have they feast on my soul? Job said in Job chapter 19, he said, my body has become food for worms. My flesh is torn between my bones. I am become like nothing. Parasites. Do you know that some of the evil sicknesses that by virtue of what I do, when we are doing spiritual work for people, let me tell you, I told us this story one time in here. I had a revelation. I was doing a spiritual work for someone and I was very exhausted and I slept. I got tired. I slept. And in the night, I would see someone come. I told my uncle. And the fellow would come and he gave me something. But I wasn't very comfortable with that gift. And as he gave me that thing, it appears like he was in a haste to just deliver that thing to me. As I collected that thing in that dream, suddenly I would see that thing was like, I don't know, it just entered my skin. It was now moving inside my body. It was moving, just moving. I was trying to beat it, it was like I think something is crawling inside my body. Then as God will have it in his mercies, I woke up from that dream. As I woke up from the dream, I just went straight to where I had prepared some of my stuff that I prepare. I took some of it, very, very bitter stuff, right? Mixed it with palm kernel oil and I just drank it. There and then I began throwing up. And guess what I was throwing up? I was throwing up live cockroach bones, the lymph of cockroach, the lap and part of the head. I was vomiting it out of physically, not that in the dream, physically, I was throwing it out. These are some of the things that enters people's body. And before you know it, they say, hey, this person was sick, or hey, this person that parasite have feasted on some people's body. Parasite. Some people, the sicknesses that enter their suffering today, enter their system through their dreams. Do you know that there are spirits who appear in your room, your bedroom? They touch your skin and they put something in your body. You'll be seeing it in your dream because you're sleeping. But physically, I've done a spiritual work for a woman who had a very stubborn spiritual husband. And this man will come, this spiritual husband will come physically. But do you know what the spiritual husband was? It was a man whom she had a covenant with. They were she was betrothed to this man. This man was a military personnel, right? They sent him to one of these peacekeeping nation war and they shot him and they killed him. But their souls have been entangled. Every man that sees this woman, after a while, they'll start seeing the man in there. As they look at you, they say, hey, Adamu. They say, hey, who is Adamu? Hey, you Adamu. You know, this man will come. This man will come. I began to throw up physically these broken bones of cockroach. This is how, physically, there are many people that have some of these kinds of things. When you wake up, the first thing they do first is to use, they just use maybe like IPO and they flush your head. You can't remember any of them. You can't record them. Parasites. The problem that we are suffering spiritually is parasites. I want you to understand today, when you see somebody being tormented by forces, by evil, the things that have made that possible are spiritual parasites. The Bible said the parasite, the worms will feed on their homes and they shall become desolate places. If you read that proverb, that Joel chapter 2, you will see when the Bible said that I, the cankerworm that I sent, even God can use this parasite to punish people. Do you know that there are people that you make money before you turn around, before good money comes into your hand, that's when you become you start falling sick. That is where your children start falling sick. That's when your vehicles start developing useless problems. Parasites have invaded your life. Number 3 is the use of honey. Please pay attention to this thing I'm telling you. Number 3 is the use. By tomorrow, I believe by God's grace, as the Almighty will help us, we are going to have a live session again. Tomorrow, I'm going to unveil something mysterious to you. Something that has been hidden from the wise and the prudent. As it relates to honey. This honey that you put in your hand and it's sweet and you lick it. Tomorrow, I'm going to unveil something about honey that will shock you. The next time you see honey, you will worship honey. You will idolize honey. You will keep it in a portion. If somebody gives you a portion of honey, you will tell the person, I love you. Thank you. You mean well for me. Especially if it is original honey. Pure honey. You don't know what is honey. Honey is one of the most powerful natural antibiotics under the sun. Honey. Do you know that medically, when your wound or your scar or whatever is not healing or something, maybe you did a surgery, I don't know if they still do some of those things. But in where I come from, you will take honey, pure honey, and apply it on the surface of that place, and the skin starts coming together. There's a lady many seasons ago, I think that was 3 years ago, she had gone to do a fibro surgery, and the place was always opening. What was supposed to take her 3 weeks in the hospital, about a week or 2 weeks in the hospital, she ended up staying close to about 3 months. 3 months she was in the hospital. I sent her honey, just honey, nothing in the honey. She was using the honey, just applying it there, dressing it and putting. And that is how the body started healing. Honey. There is so much power in that element. Once in a while, take honey, put it inside warm water. Very hot water, and just steam your face with it. Let the veil upon me, the parasitic veil upon me, break loose. Take that same water, allow it to be warm a bit, use it to wash your feet. There are people, the moment you step your feet in a place, if a business was succeeding before you start declining, the ones who are sensible, they will know, they will pursue you. They say, hey, sorry, we don't need your service again. Thank you. They pursue you. Just drive away. Number 4, the use of Oziza leaf. I don't know what they call it in English, but we call contemporary West Africa in Nigeria, right? It's called Oziza leaf. And if you know it, That leaf, you will blend it as tea, brew it as tea, drop a little portion of honey inside that leaf, that tea, and drink it. This process, you don't need to be doing them every day. You can take one and just do it maybe for a month. After like 10, maybe after like 3 months or 2 months, you can do another one again. The other day, I posted a video about the colon cleansing, the spiritual detox process. I call it the bomb bomb detox. Lots of you were laughing at me. Oh, this and this, this and this. You see, most of the parasite within our system, those who are in the medical field can tell you that so many of it lies within our colon. When your colon is clean, even your dreams will be clear. Once your colon is clean, even your dreams will be clear. Clean your colon. Do flushing. Some of you don't want to flush. Maybe you don't know how to do that process. I've told you, go to YouTube, where I look at it. There's no way I would do a practical for you to see. Go and do it. Try it. There's the modernized, it's called enema cleanser, right? You do enema procedure. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. You can boil that uziza leaf, or you boil bitter leaf. Just make it warm and do that detox. Very powerful. Very powerful. I'm going to stop here for tonight. I want to appreciate all those who have been supporting what we do. Early hours of this morning, after our live session, someone donated money and said that, oh, I want us to buy a cow. And I told us that the process wherein we're doing for a December process is for our ancestral bloodline. This is an opportunity for us to send a message to our ancestral bloodline by unleashing the angel of our bloodline. You see, one of the reasons why we feel, I told us earlier as of today, I said that we should not just be giving to people. You must give because you are led. But beyond that, you must also give because it's a mandate in your own capacity. Once in a while, in your own little way, give. You may not always need to support the food bank or support what we do. In your own capacity, give. Do something that will add color to people's destinies. You don't need to be so wealthy. You don't need to be just little way. Little way. You want to buy something, you can just increase it a little bit and what's the name? And do it for someone around. There is always someone wherein you can reach out to. There is always someone wherein your hand is stronger than. But please don't do this thing because you just want to do them. Don't do it because you just want. Don't do it because you just want to do them. Do them because you have the leading to do them. The world is not good, though. The world is not very good. Much of the gestures of charity you're seeing out there, some of them are majorly with an agenda. For those who are not engaging it with an agenda, well, I trust that some of them have the protection, because when you give to the wrong people, you will receive a wrong result. I told us that there's a sense at which the enemy, the forces that have decided that this person will not see food for that day, and you come and offer food to that individual, and you don't have the capacity for the protection of that, the aggression from that force, they will inflict pains on you as a form of punishment. For those who still want to support the food bank, the December food process, you can reach out to us. You can send a message. I said that if you have raw food materials, you can donate. Maybe you want to donate a cow, a full cow, a good cow, a sizable cow, beautiful. And I said, if you're sending a cow, of course you will tell us so that we tell you the day wherein you must send your cow. You don't send your cow ahead of time, your cow not going to be eating. We don't have food for any cow for now. We will tell you, but by then you would have taken you'll take the hair from, if it's a male cow, right, from the pubic region, the penis region, and also from the tail. I'll tell you what you're going to do with that. And I pray that God will put his hand in all that which we seek to do. I pray that God will put his hand. I pray that God will put his hand. And so for those so by tomorrow we are going to have a live session again, hopefully. Should we not have? Fine. Should we have? Hopefully. We pray we do. Thank you everyone, and do have a wonderful night. Good night.